Mark Rogers TV with you once again, and we're in prognostication mode for week one of the college football season. Expect all the usual blowouts in week one. We've got a ton of mismatches, but will those teams cover? Expect no upsets, but we will run down the point spreads as well. We've gone 56% against the spread the last two seasons, 83% straight up, 23-12 in bowl play, and 21-14 against the spread in the postseason. So again, let's run it down. We've got Michigan State, number 17 in the country, taking on Youngstown State. YSU, a 34.5 point favorite. They will cover at Michigan State that 34.5 point spread. Auburn, the defending national champion without Cam Newton, of course, minus 22 against Utah State. The Tigers do cover at home, the 22 points on the Plains at Auburn. Alabama, minus 38. They cover. Akron, Ohio State, kind of an interesting game for the Buckeyes, of course, post Jim Tressel and Terrell Pryor with Joe Bosserman starting at quarterback. The Buckeyes win handily, but they don't cover the 33.5 point spread. Take the Zips plus 33.5. Mizzou minus 20.5. They cover against Miami of Ohio. USC, Minnesota. The Trojans beat the Golden Gophers last year, but just by 11 or 12 points at Minnesota. But USC covers this one, 24.5. Minnesota with a new head coach. USC, in their second season under Lane Kiffin, do cover that point spread of 24.5 at the Coliseum. Interesting game with South Florida taking on Notre Dame. The Irish look to have a big breakout season. Everyone's predicting about 10 wins for the Irish, but they've got B.J. Daniels and a very talented and very fast South Florida football team. The Irish, 11-point favorites. They win the game, but South Florida covers the spread. Take South Florida plus 11. Stanford minus 30. Take them. South Carolina minus 20.5 against East Carolina. The Pirates have pulled off upsets in the past against big-time opponents, West Virginia and Virginia Tech, early in the season. But the Gamecocks, despite the controversial situation at quarterback with Stephen Garcia and Connor Shaw, roll in this one and cover the 20.5 against the Pirates. Oklahoma wins big over Tulsa. Despite the Golden Hurricanes' big offense, Sooners still cover the 24.5 against Tulsa. We've got also Florida State covering 29.5. Oklahoma State 38. They cover. Tennessee Tech take them plus the 40. And Penn State, Indiana State. We understand the Sycamores are overmatched here, but Penn State, trouble scoring against anyone. Check out the non-conference results last season. Take Indiana State plus 37. Virginia Tech minus 25. Nebraska against Chattanooga. Go with the Huskers minus 34.5. Ditto West Virginia blowing out Marshall by at least 23 points. Texas A&M will cover the 15 points against SMU. Okay, let's get to the really good matchups. Georgia at the Georgia Dome against Boise State, 19th ranked. Boise State in the top 5. So we've got a reversal of roles here in recent seasons with the Broncos now a heavy favorite, or at least a top 5 team and a favorite on the road by 3 points. The Bulldogs don't get it done despite Aaron Murray at quarterback, who's an excellent quarterback coming off a 24-touchdown season as a freshman. He's missing some weapons on the outside. Washaun Ely at running back. Of course, A.J. Green at wideout. Georgia will have a good season and bounce back from 6-7, but the Broncos win this in a squeaker. But listen, Georgia covers the spread, plus 3.5 in that game. TCU and Baylor should be an exciting game at Baylor. Baylor, a 3.5 point underdog. Expect them to cover, but TCU to win the football game. Again, the Baylor Bears, exciting on offense with Robert Griffin at quarterback. One of the best dual threats, maybe the best dual threat in the country. But the Baylor Bears can't get it done on defense. They still give up gobs, and TCU just strong enough on defense again to eke out the win at Baylor. And the big one, the one everyone is talking about, an early season showdown at Cowboy Stadium, LSU and Oregon. Oregon without Jordan Jefferson at quarterback, talking about LSU without Jordan Jefferson at quarterback, but they've got Jarrett Lee. He's got experience, and LSU wins this football game. They're a 3.5 point favorite, so obviously take the 3.5 points and take LSU straight up to defeat Oregon. A few things here. Oregon started to wear down on offense last season. I think some defensive coordinators are catching up. Check out the Cal game and the national championship game against Auburn. The LSU defense, the best defense that the Oregon Ducks have faced since going back to the Rose Bowl and the Ohio State Buckeyes in 2010. And again, the Buckeyes grounded the Ducks in that game. So when Oregon faces elite defenses, they slow down. They're missing 3 offensive linemen from last year, and I know LaMichael James is there. He will make some plays, as will Darren Thomas. But LSU grinds it out in the fourth quarter. They've got the offensive line and the running backs to do it in the fourth quarter and eke out a victory over Oregon. So take LSU straight and take the Bayou Bengals plus the 3.5. Week 1 in college football, we can't wait to see it and see how we do on Mark Rogers TV.